Today, in the media conference with Lal Goel, which is brought to you by V4 News, Karu News, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV, India, News Gaon se, Samvad Saroकार News, Bharat Post News, Gyan, and Organ Donation India Foundation. Today is a special program which we are going to have. But before I will talk about today's program, I would like to inform you that today the country is celebrating Ambedkar Jayanti. Ambedkar Jayanti is an annual festival observed on 14th April to commemorate the memory of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. It marks Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar's birthday, who was born on 14th April 1891. Baba Saheb Ambedkar was an Indian jurist, economist, politician, and social reformer who inspired the Dalit Buddhist movement and campaigned against social discrimination towards the untouchables, Dalits. He was British India's Minister of Labour in Viceroy's Executive Council, a member of the Constituent Drafting Committee, Independent India's first Minister of Law and Justice, and considered the chief architect of the Constitution of India. Since 2015, it has been observed as an official public holiday throughout India. Ambedkar Jayanti is celebrated not just in India, but all around the world. Ambedkar struggled for equality throughout his life. Hence, his birthday is celebrated as Equality Day in India, and the demand to declare this day as International Equality Day goes to the United Nations. Media conference with Lal Goel wishes you all on this occasion. Today, our country is also celebrating Baisakhi. The festival of Baisakhi marks the onset of the spring season. Vaishakhi or Baisakhi is also known as the harvest season of India. Every year, Baisakhi is either celebrated on the 13th or 14th of April. This year, Baisakhi will be celebrated on April 14th. That is today. The festival of Baisakhi is celebrated with great joy and fervor in the state of Punjab and Haryana. The day also marks the beginning of a new year. The day is celebrated to mark the arrival of the spring season. Farmers express gratitude to God for the abundant crop they received during the year. Given that Baisakhi is the new year, many Hindus and Sikhs take a dip in holy rivers or lakes to start their new year on a positive note and leave behind the past. Media conference with Lal Goel wishes you all on this auspicious occasion. Today, country is also celebrating Mahavir Jayanti. Mahavir Jayanti is one of the most important religious festivals. Mahavir Jayanti is one of the most important religious festivals in Jainism. It is celebrated the birth of Mahavir, the 24th and last Tirthankar of Jain faith. According to Jain texts, Mahavir was born on the 13th day of the bright half of the moon in the month of Chaitra in the year 615 BCE, Chaitra Sud Triyodishi. Lord Mahavira established 5 rules for humans to follow, namely Ahimsa, Asthya, Brahmacharya, Satya, and Aparigraha. Lord Mahavir based a lot of his teachings on scientific facts of nature and the true meaning of life. Media conference with Lal Goel wishes you all on this auspicious occasion. Now coming to our main topic, and today, as I told you, today is a very, very special program, because for the first time in the history of media all over the country, today we are celebrating a birthday, and the birthday celebration to create organ donation of awareness. And we are celebrating today's birthday, which is of Master Sahibjit Singh, who is in the grade 4th, and he is celebrating his 9th birthday on 14th/4, that is today, along with the Baisakhi. And why it is very special? Because till now, no one has thought about it, that too one can celebrate the birthday by creating the organ donation awareness. I must give thanks to Advocate Nidhi Banga, the mother of Master Sarbji Singh, who, because of her, and she decided to celebrate his birthday her son's birthday in this way. Initially, I was having some reservation how it is to be done, but the way her determination and her dedication, I decided to do it on the live telecast, which we are doing every day. And we decided to put it forward so that others may take inspiration. And this will be a landmark in the history of Indian media to celebrate birthday for the first time for a noble cause. And for this, I must once again thank Advocate Nidhi Banga, as well as I must give my best wishes and many happy returns of the day to Master Sahibjeet Singh. Happy birthday to you, Master Sahibjeet Singh. First of all, would you like to say anything, Sahib?
Yes, my name is Sahibjeet Singh. I study in grade 4 in modern school. My elder brother is doing law from Jindal Global. My hobbies are cooking and making videos on YouTube. I make Japanese food like sushi. My message to everyone is we should make our lives useful to others while living and even after that, if possible. Thank you, Lal Goel ji, for this program.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sahibjeet, for giving such a nice message. And I'm sure your message will make a mark on many, many persons. And this will be a new beginning, I must say, in the history of organ donation awareness program. Thank you very much. I will come back to you again whenever I feel like. So now I would like to introduce our guest and the more inspiration for this program who has decided. She is Advocate Nidhi Banga. Advocate Nidhi Banga is the Central Government Counsel at Supreme Court of India as well as at Delhi High Court, New Delhi. Advocate Nidhi Banga is an advocate registered with Bar Council of Delhi in 2009. She is an empaneled arbitrator with Delhi International Arbitration Center in DHC. She is also a special counsel for Uttarakhand State in Supreme Court and National Green Tribunal. She established NB Law Firm in 2016, primarily dealing with family law cases. Welcome, Advocate Nidhi Banga. First of all, congratulations and best wishes for the happy birthday for your son. And I am so thankful to you, to be very frank, because when you spoke to me for the first time and you said that you want to do a program on organ donation on the occasion of first you said that you want to celebrate the birthday of your son on media conference. I was bit I was bit confused. How come the anyone's birthday we will be celebrating on a national program, but when rather international program? But when you mentioned that will be for the cause of organ donation awareness, then it changed my perception, and I was just thinking how you got such a very nice inspiration, because this is something unique and for the first time anyone has even thought for it. So Advocate Nidhi Banga, we would like to know your views, how you got your this inspiration, and I'm sure that this will inspire many more in near future. Advocate Nidhi Banga, please.
Thank you, Lal Goel ji, for this program, for organizing this. Of course, it was the idea that came to my mind. I would again like to thank you only for this idea also, because if I wouldn't have been following your programs and your organ donation organization, which is doing incredible job, so I wouldn't have thought of this idea. So my whole credit of this idea and this program goes to you. So we are thanking each other because the thing that you're doing, and that one program that I did with you some time back, which was Fat Indian Wedding, and there also this thing came up that we should reduce the expenses incurred on parties and this and that. However, that day also I gave a different view. But at the same time, I think that whatever we are doing, even whatever we are deciding to spend our money on, but good deeds should be done parallelly. And what could be a better occasion than birthdays or then marriage anniversaries or weddings to spread awareness, and because organ donation is one thing which is rarely talked about, because of religion, because of family issues, because everyone thinks that how is it possible. So, and the procedure also, people are not aware of the procedures. So I thought that what best day I could find out than this to spread awareness. So thank you so much. I would rather like to introduce you as well. Rather, you don't need any introduction, but still you have, there is so much to talk about you. So I would introduce Mr. Lal Goel. He is the chairman of Organ Donation India Foundation and GYAN. He is also chief promoter of Pandit Health Resort and Spa, Mangaluru. He has done his post-graduation studies in political science. Mr. Goel has won many awards and accolades domestically and internationally, including the prestigious Rajiv Gandhi Businessman of the Year Award, India Darshan National Integration Award 2019, and various others. Mr. Lal Goel is the chief editor of Media Conference with Lal Goel, and has been conducting daily shows since the start of the pandemic, in which all the top dignitaries like governors, central ministers, senior bureaucrats, vice chancellors, former Supreme Court judges, army, police officers, professionals, and businessmen have participated. He has covered over 700 episodes across diverse topics such as organ donation awareness, COVID-19, education, health, mental health, and many other current relevant topics. He also writes on current affairs. His program is live telecasted by many channels with a viewership of over 2 million daily. Mr. Goel is closely associated with a renowned hospital at Mathura Degree College at Aligarh, ITI at Aligarh, and ITI at Hathras. He also owns a private island close to Mumbai. We would like to visit there, Mr. Goel. So, and this is of course, as you said, it is first time it is happening, and it wouldn't have been possible without you, Mr. Goel. Thank you so much.
So thank you very much, Ms. Nidhi Banga, for introducing me, although this is my duty to introduce all of you, but for that first, because the program format is like this, because I have to be, now I have to act as a keynote speaker. So first of all, many happy returns of the day to our Master Sahibjit Singh, as well as to you for thinking about such a noble cause on the very auspicious occasion of Baisakhi as well as his birthday. Now, coming to the main topic, that is organ donation. So what is organ donation? There are two types of organ donations. One is the brain dead and another is the living organ donation. First, we'll talk about the living organ donation. Living organ donation can be, is in which the person can give one of the organ to the other living person. Now the organs means we have 2 lungs, 1 heart, 2 kidneys, 1 pancreas, the liver and intestines. These are the organs which are life-saving organs. Although nowadays the uterus transplant has already started, but it is not a life-saving thing. So when we are talking of life-saving organs, these are the main critical life-saving organs. Now, living organ donation can take place is the one of the kidney, because we all have 2 kidneys in our body. So 1 kidney can be donated, and part of the liver and part of the pancreas can also be donated. And God has made our body in such a way that with 1 kidney, one can function normally as he or she was functioning before organ transplant or organ donation or organ recipient. The recipient and the donors can lead the normal life as they were leading earlier, definitely the healthy normal life. As far as the liver is concerned, once a part of the liver is donated, then within no time that liver which was donated, the donor will again have the full liver, which will be replacing the earlier liver, means that it will grow and it will become the full complete liver. Now the question is the living donation which is taking place in India. what are the laws and who can be the recipients. In 1994, the government has come out with a law act of THOA, in which it was clearly mentioned that the brain dead persons are legalized for giving their organs, as well as the living donors. It was clearly defined who can be recipients and who can be donors. Now, the donors, as per the government list, is it has to be done with a very, very close relatives. And the definition of the close relatives are grandparents, parents, siblings, spouse, children, and grandchildren. Only they can donate to each other the organs. This is as far as the normal course is concerned. But as a special case, the government has also put a window in this, which says that you can also donate to an unrelated person for love and affection. Now, for love and affection is a very, very open thing. So it's very difficult to get the permission, because there is a committee constituted by the government. That committee always take the interviews, take all the details of the recipients as well as the donor, and see to it that it is not having any monetary consideration. Because this law came into existence when they saw that the people were purchasing the organs from the weaker section, and the rich people were purchasing organs, so by paying some money. So the government has come out with this law. Simultaneously, government has constituted one NOTO, that is National Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization, which is a central body under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. And under this NOTO, there is a ROTO, that is Regional Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization, as well as SOTO, which is State Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization. Now, these bodies' work is to supervise the organ transplants, living as well as brain dead, all over India, in which they are keeping the wait list who are going to get organs and priority wise. So, and the matching. So all these things, the job is of these body. Now the question arises, why there is so much importance to organ donation? In India, more than 5 lakhs people are dying every year. This is an official figure. Unofficially, it might be far more. But let's talk about official figure, which is released by the NOTO only, that more than 5 lakh people die every year, which works out to be 1,500 per day, which works out to be 1 per minute. So if my program is for 1.5 hours, 90 minutes, you can imagine about 90 to 100 people are losing their life during this program. And this is because of the shortage of organs, because people are not ready to donate the organs. Now your question comes, is it a global phenomena? No, it is not global phenomena. In other countries, the mortality is very less. I will give you an example of United States. It is about 7,000 or 7,500 every year in 2019, because we have a data of up to 2019. Afterwards, due to the COVID, the data were not been given. So 2019, about 7,000 people lost their life in United States. In UK, only 400 people lost their life. Now, you will immediately ask, and you will say that UK is very small country in comparison to India. It is, yes, it is 1/20th population-wise as far as India is concerned. Multiply 20 with 400, it works out to be 8,000. Now compare 8,000 with 5 lakhs. So you can imagine the situation. So why? The question comes, why it is like this? Now, for this, I have to go to the next section, because first I am talking about the living. So living, I have already explained that who can donate, and one more thing can be done, which the government has allowed, that is called swap donation, where if somebody's blood group is not matching, the relatives, like a father wants to donate to the son and the blood group is not matching, or so in that case, the government has allowed that if one of the relatives blood group is not matching to the patient A, but the patient B, his group his relative is group is blood group is not matching. So, but patient B's relatives blood group is matching with patient A, and patient A's relatives blood group is matching with patient B. So it is called swap or cross donation, in which patient A's relative will donate to patient B, and patient B's relative will donate to patient A. So basically, there is no money transaction. It is like a barter transaction that one is giving to another, another is giving to them. So this is as far as living is concerned. Now we are coming to the brain death. What is brain death? Brain death is when the oxygen stops going to the brain. Now, in which case, generally, it is because of the accident, road accident. When if a person is driving a car or sitting in a car or driving a two-wheeler and get an accident, and that time at that time, many times it happens that the brain becomes dead, other organs are functioning. So in that case, the brain death can be declared. Few cases are there where the acute illness, due to acute illness. One example is the acute asthma, because as we know that in asthma the oxygen is not going inside, and many times it happens that it stops going to the it stops going to the brain, and at that time once it stops just a minute please. Once it stops going to the brain death is declared. Now, once the brain death is declared, because the patient has to be admitted in the hospital because it's a road accident or due to the acute illness, the other organs are working because the patient is on ventilator. Now, in India, about 1,65,000 road deaths were reported of 2019, out of which about 1 lakh were declared brain death, but hardly less than 1,000 people decided to donate their relatives' organs at that time. So one can imagine that if all 1 lakh people would have decided, their relatives would have decided to donate, then 8 lakhs organs would have been available. We would have saved 8 lakhs lives. Nobody would have died because of shortage of organs. But in India, lack of awareness, as Advocate Nidhi also mentioned. So we have to now analyze what is the difference between India and UK and other countries. Now, there are two types of organ donation prevailing right now. One is two systems, I must say. One is opt-in and one is opt-out. Now, what is opt-in? Opt-in is prevailing in USA as well as in India. Now, in India, it is totally voluntary. Like if I decide to donate my organs, which I have already decided, I filled up a form. I received a card stating that I am a organ donor registered. But tomorrow, if I met with an accident and I've declared as a brain death, that time, even I have filled up the form, even people knows that I am the chairman of Organ Donation India Foundation, people knows that I am dedicated to this cause. But if my relatives, my wife, my children, if they decide not to donate organs, then neither the government nor the medical body have any right to take my organs. So this is the problem in India. And that's why I told you about 1 lakh people were declared in 2019 brain death. Out of them, about 500 or 600 people only donated their organs. So that is one. In USA, system is same, that once you opt in, but there they have two things. First thing is they monitor if anybody has opt in, and if that person is declared brain death, immediately the state machinery will approach to the kith and kin of the brain dead person and say that your relative has declared and this is the proof. And till now, not a single American citizen refused to honor the commitment of their relative. Although they can say no, but no one has done it. So it clearly shows. It clearly shows that in India, either the awareness is not there, or we are not loving the wishes, the last wishes, or the any wish of our own relatives for our own reasons, which we will be discussing afterwards. So this is as far as opt-in system is concerned. Now the other system is called opt-out system. Now what is opt-out system? Opt-out system is, and this opt-in is when you become adult. So after 18 years of age, anyone can fill up the form and can decide to fill up the form and become an organ donor. Opt-out system is when you become when you become adult. At that time, that is once you attain age of 18, you can opt out that I would not like to be the donor. Anytime you can opt out. But if you will not opt out, and if there is a natural death or brain death, at that time the tissues or organs will become the property of the state or the government, and they will inform you that you have not the family of the brain dead person, that he has not opt out, so we are taking it. Now this is happening in many European countries, and that's why their mortality is very less. UK, even their mortality is so less, which I told you, in 2020, 20th May, they implemented this opt-out system. And now UK is having opt-out system. So there are two systems, opt-in and opt-out. In India, we have opt-in, but we are not following the wishes of our own relatives because of our ego, because of our customs, because we feel that if we will do it, there are so many myths are there, which we will be discussing during the program. Now, question comes again, then what is the, how the brain death be confirmed that the patient is brain dead, not under coma. Now, there's a difference between coma and brain dead. The difference is coma, patient can recover, even sometimes it takes years, but it can recover. But in brain death, it is not possible that he or she will regain the consciousness ever. Who is going to decide this? So the government, what government has done is they have appointed the committee in all the districts, which consist of renowned nephrologists, neurologists, urologists, and they are coming to visit once any hospital report to the government that so and so is declared brain death. Immediately the committee comes, check that person thoroughly, and if they feel that this fellow cannot be recovering, so they say, okay, in principle we are saying, but we have to recheck. And the act or the law says that after 6 hours of the first checking, minimum 6 hours gap, the committee has to come again and recheck. And once they will feel that now there is no chances that this patient will regain the consciousness in any time in the life, then they declare the brain death. So the myth is that people, the doctor, to earn money can declare anybody brain dead. It is not possible, because no one knows that which hospital one person is admitted, which hospital is declaring brain dead, but the committee is different than those hospitals and the doctor. So the committees say is the final, and the committees are from the renowned person, so one cannot even think about the integrity of those doctors. So as far as the brain death is concerned, now question again comes, who are eligible to donate? Anyone can donate. The youngest donor, I will give you the exact name and this thing was, the youngest organ donor is Hope Lee of New Market, UK, and her relatives donated when she was only 74 minutes after the birth. So the kidney and liver cells were donated. So you can imagine the youngest donor in the world is 74 minutes old, about not even 1.5 hours the life spent. And she was born on 24th November 2015 in UK. And the oldest known organ donor as of now is of 95 years in USA. So one can imagine, one can even understand that there is no age limit. You can be as small as 1 hour or 1.5 hours, or as old as 95 years or so. Only condition is that your organs should be healthy. Anyone, even suffering from any disease like diabetes or any other disease, can donate. But there are few diseases like AIDS or cancer. But in that also, if those diseases have not reached and infected the organ, if the organs are not been infected by that cancer or AIDS or HIV, then those organs can also be transplanted. Recently, the world has seen the COVID 2 years, and there was lots of WhatsApp messages going on here and there, where they says that doctors are taking out the kidneys from the COVID dead people and selling in the market. One should understand that once a death person is declared dead, organs immediately stop functioning. The death means heart. Once the heart stops functioning, all the organs become immediately dead. So if a person died with the COVID, it means his or her heart stopped from functioning immediately. It means that all organs are already dead. So this is totally a myth, just to say that somebody can do like this. So all these things are there as far as organ donation is concerned. So question comes, in India, when this is the situation, then how we can overcome this problem? There are two ways. One is we can create the awareness, which organizations like mine and others are doing. Many good organizations are there. Lots of NGOs are there who are working day and night to create awareness. But until unless the laws are not changed, or the mentality of the people or the perception of the people will not be changed, it is not possible to achieve a very less mortality in India. This is as far as these things are concerned. I have many things to say. I can even give some more data, that although India has performed the second largest number of transplantations in world in 2019 after the United States, but it lags far behind the Western nations like Spain, where 35.1 per million population is the organ transplant took place under organ donation. In United States, 21.9 PMP. In UK, 15.5 PMP. And in India, the national donation rate is only 0.65 per million population, because we have a big population. But this is the condition. And viewers, I would like to inform you that India is almost in the bottom as far as the organ donation is concerned. Our mortality rate is very high. So this is the condition of the country. And one more sad part is, although today we are celebrating the birthday, but when we are talking of organ donation, we should understand that we are very gender-wise. In India, as per the 2019, as per the RTI, 19% recipients, only 19% recipients were women, while 84% donors were women. Now, it is very sad. Although people say it's very good because this shows that how the women are so large-hearted. No, it is a shame on all the men. This is not the correct thing. In other countries, it is almost same percentage-wise. Because in India, I'm talking generally, I'm not talking a specific case. Generally, husband would not like to donate his kidney, his part of liver or pancreas to his wife. Brother would not like to donate to his sister. Son would not like to donate to the mother. Vice versa, wife would like to donate to the husband, to the mother will donate to the son, and sister would like to donate to the brother. This is the condition. We have to change the mindset. We have to see to it that everyone is important. No one, women are not less in any way. Rather, in my opinion, they are ahead of men. But in organ donation, it is a very, very sad thing. So this I have mentioned in the starting because I want now to take the questions which Advocate Nidhi Banga has collected from her friends and relatives. She will be asking questions. I will try to reply. I will like to tell all the viewers that I am not a doctor, but because 5.5 years back when I had a massive heart attack in London, I suppose because doctor knows that what is the condition, because my 100 LAD was 100% blocked and there was a window of 2 hours. I was saved, and that was on Saturday night at 2:30 a.m. So that on that day only, the next day I decided I wanted to give back to the society. What? And I was going through and I found that this is a field where very few things have happened for many reasons. So then I decided to form this Organ Donation India Foundation, and I am doing my trying to create the awareness whatsoever is possible by giving lectures. Right now, because of the COVID, in person it has stopped, but before that I used to give, I used to go to even the medical colleges, because medical students or the doctors are aware about organ transplants, but they are not aware about the organ donations and the integrity and the laws. So they invites me, even the refinery people, many hospitals, colleges, and now I have started even going and giving the lectures in person also. So this is what we are doing. Now I want Advocate Nidhi to ask the question whatsoever she would like to ask. And once again, I would like to say from core of my heart, thanks to her, and wishes all the best for her son, so that because if you do a good deed, the blessings will come to you. And in today's program, which is for the celebration of the birthday of her son, definitely the wishes will go to the entire family and especially to Advocate Nidhi's son. Thank you very much, Advocate Nidhi Banga. Now you can ask the questions and I will try to reply to you. And in case if any question which I feel that I would not be able to reply, I assure you within a day or two, you will receive the answer. I will consult the experts in that particular field if any question which I can't answer, but I will give the correct answer. I would not like to give any answer which is not correct or which can mislead. So over to you, Advocate Nidhi Banga.
So thank you, Mr. Goel. You already explained it in a very exhaustive way, but still there would be few questions which were unanswered. So first question which many of my friends asked was this, that what is the age to become a donor? So that you've already answered, that the youngest donor was 74 minutes and the oldest donor was 95 years old. So but otherwise, the second most important question and very general question is that if a person is suffering from diseases, then how can one donate? So that also, I think, has been answered, that even
In
if a
this,
person...
in this, I will just add is the doctor assess the health of the organ. Suppose somebody is suffering from diabetes, and if the kidney is affected or not affected, if it is not affected, then they can take the kidney. Suppose somebody is is drinking lots, is alcoholic, his or her liver is damaged because of the consumption of alcohol, then he or she cannot donate. So that assessment has to be done by the doctor, but they just see if the organ is healthy. So
Right.
this is the answer for your this thing. Yeah.
So I am remembering my son's message that we should make ourselves useful to others while living and even after that. So that also becomes a responsibility on us, that we should take care of our organs if we are
Yes,
actually
yes. Your son
opting
has
to do
given
it.
your son has given a very good message that if we want to be useful for others and even for our own family, then our aim should be that we must keep ourselves healthy. If we will eat healthy, if we will live healthy life, then our organs will be healthy. Then we will be useful for others. Yes, please.
Actually, the cause and purpose would be served only after that, once we take care of ourselves, our
Yes,
health.
please. Yes, please.
How long this organ remains? As you said, that immediately after the heart failure, the organs are dead. But we see a lot of green corridors happening when there is
Yes,
the
yes,
organ
yes.
being transported from one place to another. So it is. What is that? How long the organ remains alive?
Yes, yes.
Please give some light on that.
See, as I told you, as far as living is concerned, if a person is declared dead, normal death, then the organs died immediately for normal
Okay.
death.
Okay.
Normal death means heart stops functioning. Once the heartbeat is not there, if you might have seen in the movies, at least, and as an advocate, you might be knowing that once a person is very sick and he is about to die, the doctor comes, he first checks the heartbeat, whether the heart pulse and the heartbeat. If heartbeat is gone, he declares that patient is no more. At that time, all the organs dead. But in the case of brain death, as I told you, when the oxygen stops going to the brain, other organs are functioning. They function, and because once any accident takes place or due to the acute illness, the patient will be taken to the hospital immediately, and they are kept on the ventilator. Now, the function of the ventilator is to give the oxygen to all the organs and keep them alive. And they will be there for at least about 2 to 3 days. They can be kept alive. And during that time, if the wait, as per the waiting list which has been maintained by this, as I told you, Noto, Roto, and Soto, immediately, as per the waiting list, once it was decided that they have to be given to others, then they retrieve the organs. But at the time of retrieval, like heart, its shelf life is only 4 to 6 hours outside the body. So now it means it has to be immediately transplanted to another human being within 4 to 6 hours. Now, for that, what they used to do, because many times it happens that suppose one hospital doesn't have this facility, or they don't have the about the heart transplant facility in their place. So the doctors will come from other place, and suppose the heart is required at say Chandigarh, and it has happened somewhere in Noida. Now, and the heart has to be transplanted to Chandigarh. So what will happen, that immediately a green corridor will be made from that Noida hospital to the Delhi airport. And here, now, what is green or corridor? Green corridor is where the traffic of one road will be totally clear, like we have seen in the case of the president movement or the prime minister's movement. So one road will be totally clear, and the police and the authorities will be escorting, and the ambulance will go right from the hospital to the Delhi airport. Suppose from Noida to Delhi airport generally takes 1.5 hours or so on duty because of the traffic. But because of this green corridor, they will reach in 30 minutes or so. At the airport also, because the administration coordinate that at what time the flight is leaving for Chandigarh. Before that only, they will see to it that they work out that if 35 minutes takes place from Noida to Delhi airport, and the flight is taking place at that time, then immediately the heart will be taken inside and in the flight. And once it will reach to Chandigarh, one ambulance will be waiting at the just inside the airport, outside the aircraft. Immediately and the heart will be taken that ambulance. Again, the green corridor from airport to that hospital of Chandigarh. So, and then doctors' teams are ready there. They immediately transplant the heart to this recipient. So this process has to be covered within 4 hours. Now, you can imagine that once you take out the heart, you have to sterilize, you have to kept in the chemicals, and you have to then send it, and then it has to reach to the airport, then again. So these green corridors are of this meaning. And this, I am so happy that in India, at least our administration, our police, our governments are doing very good job whenever anyone is donating like this. And this is basically in the case of brain dead pupil. So then the green corridor is formed and immediately it is to be done. So this is the reason for the green corridor which you have asked.
So you mean to say the act is there, statutory provision is there, authorities are helping, government is making efforts, but our people, citizens need to be aware and need to take steps even after, like the opt-in system is there. So wishes of relatives are asked, and so they need to be more.
Now my question to you, Advocate Nidhi, is I own a flat. I earned a flat. I built up a flat, and I will it. I fill up and I make a will that after my death, this flat will go to my son. Or even I can say it will go to a Mr. X, whom even I am not related. But, and that wishes of mine, everybody honors, even Honorable Supreme Court also honors.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
these organs, which belongs to me only, which has no right, no one is having right, neither my family, because these organs since birth is of mine. How, if I am willing, my wish is that after my death, if I am declared dead, because I will tell you one thing, there is a difference between organs and tissues. There are two things. People are always confused about organs and tissues. Tissues are like eye cornea, like skins. Just a minute. One moment, please. I will just keep this. So tissues are like eye cornea, skin, bones, etc., etc. Now, after the normal death, these tissues remain alive for another 6 to 8 hours. Organs died immediately, but like eye cornea, you might have heard that the team comes and then they take out even from the normal death. So tissues can be donated and it can be from the normal, but from the brain death, organs as well as tissues can be taken. The only sad part in India is that my own wishes, these organs and tissues belongs to me since birth. I am the sole and owner of these organs and tissues, but my wishes are not been fulfilled by any law or anyone. Then my children or my relatives say whatsoever they want to say. If it is so, then if my wish is to donate, give my property to anyone, why my children or my relatives say is not there? So it shows that our lawmakers forget one thing, that material things are not that important than those things which I own since birth. So that law has to be changed, and I'm sure as an advocate yourself and your legal fraternity should come up and file an PIL and see to it, because this is one can very well imagine in COVID, in 2 years' time, only 5 lakhs 30 or 40,000 dead. I am not saying it, in my opinion, one dead is as painful as a death. But in 2 years, only 5 lakhs 30,000. And here every year, more than 5 lakhs means almost every year, so many people are dying, what we have lost in 2 years of COVID. So one has to be very, very proactive. The public, the government, lawmakers, everyone has to come out, NGOs, and they all should come forward to do it. Thank you.
Very rightly explained, and very good message that people should become sensitive towards it and understand the importance of this, and follow my son's message that we should be useful even after death. So another question, Mr. Goel, is that like, what are the precautions? Okay, doctors would assess the medical health, but any precautions need to be taken medically when doctors are transplanting, apart from the blood group? Are there any precautions with regards to organ? This organ, if somebody's body is carrying one organ, would it fit in another person's body or not?
See, as far as the organs are concerned, there are few factors which doctors check. One is the blood group, etc. Other factors also. But with the recent researches are going on every day, every minute. I visited in USA. They have, every state is having their about the organ donation. Like I visited this New Jersey, so they have NJ sharing network there, and they've presented me the handband also. Now the research is going on in that. Now the recent research says that even if your blood group is not matching, the medicines are such that they can transplant even if the blood group is not matching. So the other factors is the age factor. Even if they see that a person's how much more time in the waiting list, suppose he's waiting list number 4, and wait list number 1 can wait for say 6 months, and wait list number 4 can wait only for 15 days. So then they decide to give to wait list 4, because the wait list 4 will die otherwise in 15 days time. So that is possible, but otherwise the wait list they have to maintain. And the matching they are doing, they also see the age wise factors, because that, like children, child's kidneys are very small, very, very small. So they generally join 2 kidneys to make 1 kidney for the adult. So that is also possible. Recently, you might have read in the newspapers or seen in the media, in USA, they have come out with a pig genetically modified heart. They have taken out, they have genetically, they have modified that heart. They fix in a person, because that person was declared unfit to receive any organs because of his weakness, his condition. And that heart works for 2 months. Now, this is a good news, because if that heart can work for 2 months, now definitely they are going to increase the longevity of this, and it can go to 5 years or 10 years or even lifelong. No one knows. And I will tell you one thing: the first living organ donor, successful transplant, was of Ronald Lee Herrick. He was born in 1931. Just listen carefully about the years. He was born in 1931 and died in 2010. He donated a kidney to his identical twin brother in 1954. So 54 means, and died in 2010 means 56 years after the donation. He was alive for 56 years. This is not a small thing. And he was born in 1931. So he lived almost 80 years. So there is a myth that if you donate organ, your life will be shortened. No, your life will remain the same. So as far as this thing is concerned, as you asked, there are many checks which they are doing, because they do not want that the recipient's body to reject the organ which the donors are giving. But because of the latest medicines, very effective techniques, and the expertise of the doctors, nowadays almost very negligible rejection is there. So there is no chance of even that other factors which earlier there were, even the blood group. Now, as I told you, in USA, now the blood groups is no more the factor, and they are even taking those which are not matching.
So there is, if eyes, as you said, it's tissues can be donated, can be taken from home only if the person has died at home, and eyes can be taken from there. So are there any other organs which can be taken from home? Is there any?
Eye is not an organ. Eye is a tissue.
Eye is a tissue.
So
Yes.
tissues, yes, skin, bones, but generally skin and bones they take to the hospital, because it is still in India. Still, we are in that, not those experts are not available. Eye banks are not there, even in a small cities where the experts comes and take out, the technicians take out the things. Even tissues in USA, etc. Even this skin, they are going and they are taking out. But in India, it is not possible to do it at home. So they generally take to the nearest hospital, wherever, and then they take out. So that is also possible. And when we are talking about eye cornea, you might have you might be remembering recently unfortunate death of Mr. Paru Rajkumar, the Kannada superstar, and his family, because he decided to donate, and he died at early age of about 50 through the heart attack. So his family decided to donate eyes because it was his wish. And the Narayan Netralaya in Bangalore, they have come out with a unique thing again, that instead of 2 corneas, they have made it 4. They sliced the cornea. So 4 people got the light, the eye. So every day new research is taking place. And because of this research, the day is not far when we will be able to develop even the organs, either artificial organs or from the other animals like pigs, where we can get the kidneys and the heart, at least from the pig. Because I will give you figure, in India about 2 lakhs kidneys are required every year approximately, and hardly 8 to 10,000 kidneys are available. So you can imagine 1,90,000 shortage. About 2 lakhs hearts are required, and hardly 3,500 hearts are available. About 50,000, approximate figures I am giving, 50,000 livers are required. Hardly 1,700 or 1,800 operations are taking place. The reason is the brain dead people are hardly 5% they are contributing. 95% are living, but living is also very reluctant to donate, because living cannot donate heart, they cannot donate lungs. They are only donating the liver part, liver and the pancreas and the kidney, but still they are not donating. They are taking lots of excuses. I received call almost every once a week asking for a kidney. Any money you take, anything, Mr. Goel. I said, sorry, we are not doing this thing. Why not? You are giving your kidney to your own relative. No, I am not fit. I am diabetic. I am this, I am that. My blood is not matching. I give the idea. Swap is available. You can, or blood group is not now that much thing. Even if it is, you go for the cross donation, or you, and if you are diabetic, then also you are allowed to donate. Only the doctor has to assess whether your kidney is functioning up to that much that it can survive the recipients or not. So that type of excuses are there, but otherwise tissues one can easily give after the death at home, otherwise to the nearby hospital.
So we are, as you mentioned, that people are asking for kidneys, and we see very unfortunate things happening around, that in hospitals, some like underprivileged class, they go for some their treatments, and they get to know. Sometimes it is coming to news that they get to know that their kidneys are not there. And so what is the punishment for these and for
Advocate
only
Nidhi,
those?
you might be knowing more, but this question was asked by someone in earlier of conference, and when I studied, it is quite strict punishment, minimum 5 years to more. It all depends if it is proved. And see, black sheeps are always there in all the professions, whether it's a medical, whether it's a legal, whether it's a education, everywhere the black sheeps are there. But because of those black sheeps, we should not stop our endeavor to go for organ donations. And there is a strict punishment. And as I told you, there are so many checks and balances. It is not easy until unless a hospital is doing only this shady work, which is unlikely. But yes, I cannot say it is not possible. It is everywhere. Everyone is doing. Everyone knows the corruption is everywhere. But those things will not survive. And underprivileged, as you have asked, very important question. In our media conference with Lal Goel, we have raised this question because one of our panelists was one-man expert commission for labor, Dr. C.V. Anand Bose IAS. And I raised this question, which he has recommended to the government. In Ayushman Bharat, the limit was 5 lakhs rupees, but for organ donation, now the limit is 15 lakhs of rupees. So all the underprivileged or those who cannot afford earlier the transplant can very easily afford at least the kidneys, no problem. Even for liver and other things, they can go up in for heart. Bit expensive, but once the government is ready to shell out 15 lakhs, I'm sure the NGOs and others are ready to do it. And I know one of the NGO in Delhi only, they says that if anybody is in need of money, they can crowd fund it. I know the district governor of Rotary Club, Mumbai, and he assured me if anyone requires money for organ donation, and if now no help is coming, they will raise and they will give anywhere in India. They are ready to give. So there are so many philanthropists are there in India. So there is no dearth. Only thing is awareness is not there. Now this Ayushman Bharat scheme, nobody knows that 15 lakhs is now the limit. If they were in the hospitals, if they will display everywhere that this is the limit. And secondly, organ donor has not to shell out any money. The money will be given by the recipient only. And again, I will tell you the unfortunate part in India is 95% donors are poor and 95% recipients are rich, super rich, educated class. In UK, it's not like this. I asked this question and they asked me cross question. They says, Mr. Goel, why you are going to temple, church or Gurdwara or mosque and why you are paying money? They are donating money. I said to buy peace for and happiness for me, my family, not for my neighbor. Definitely. Everybody wants for themselves. They says in UK, we have a very, very clear concept that if we will donate our organs, either in living time or even after the brain death, it will give good fortunes for our own family. And that's why more educated and the rich class are giving more donation there than the underprivileged class. So in India, we have to understand, we have to educate the educated people first. Forget about the underprivileged. We have to educate them. Like you have taken this thing. I still remember our conference, and when I was thinking that now you will say, Mr. Goel, I am not going to come to your conference. You have made such type of comment that big fat wedding should not take place because you are setting up a precedent which is harmful for the underprivileged because they would like to do something. But I mentioned, I still remember I mentioned that why not do some social work during this. And I was thinking that you might have taken my comments not in a good way, but I was really shocked, not surprised, shocked when I received your call and you asked for this program. And I have quoted even yesterday in my program about today's program. And then I mentioned about you, how I have mentioned those things. So it all depends how we can create the awareness even to educated class and rich class.
Right. So my next question is, are there any risk factors to the donor?
No. If I will give a reply, no. But in medical, no doctor will say it's 100% safe. Even if you are going for a normal delivery, no doctor will say everything is okay. They will say, we will try our best. Everything, it has to be. But the condition today is, there are two reasons why I said no very confidently. Number one, this donation in India, again, unfortunately, are only mainly in private hospitals. We have 535, if I am giving the correct figure, might be 510 here and there, medical colleges in India, government medical colleges, out of which only 10 are doing organ transplants. Can you imagine the condition? Medical college, I am talking, government medical college. I am not talking of hospitals, government civil hospitals, which are in bad shape in comparison to medical colleges. So private medical colleges or private hospitals, first thing, they have very good facilities. Number two, in India, all these doctors are super specialized who retrieve the organs. And so the chances of any risk is very, very minimal as far as organ donation is concerned.
Right. So, what can be the ideas of social awareness and because this is one thing which is again very rarely people know, even if they wish to. So what can be done? Like, this is one initiative that I've
yes,
taken.
I will tell you, there are lots of myths. First, one have to clear those myths. Number one, it is only possible if there will be a campaign. Unfortunately, in India, not a single media house is ready to run these campaigns free of charge, except one or two like NDTV. But they are doing once or twice in a year. It has to be done daily basis, like COVID. We have all the tunes of COVID on our mobile phone. Similarly, this organ donation awareness, the advantage is that, like, you have heard about organ donation, as you have mentioned initially, that you are thinking when you are talking or coming on as a panelist on my conference, you have seen organ donation logo, or I am talking about organ donation. Similarly, if we will create this type of thing in subconscious of anyone, it will struck something called organ donation. Then they can clarify it. Number one. Number two, one chapter should be added. I say even from third or fourth standard of the student about organ donation. A small chapter, easy chapter. Then it can be elaborated in when the grades go on. The advantage is, if a child like your son, whom birthday we are celebrating today, if he reads, I'm sure today the advantage is he has now become the organ donation. We are totally aware, and he is going to talk in the school. Now, if the child reads something, he or she will come to the house. He or she will ask the parents, what is this? And when they are teaching, it means that you are educating the entire family by introducing a small chapter in the class third or fourth or fifth standard. So that is first thing the government should do. Unfortunately, whatsoever I can raise, but until unless it will become a movement, it is not possible. But people are thinking seriously. Similarly, this type of chapters in the curriculum, even in universities, in medical colleges, should be for organ donation. More elaborate, more figures, more data about what are that, like I told, opt-in, opt-out system, and why in our country. So let the debate should be there. Positive debate should be there. Not tutu meme on media for politics or elections. That is, people see, after all, life, one can imagine, if we are not God, but God has given us a power that tomorrow we can save up to 8 lives and improvise 75 lives. I am asking you today, you might have donated money here and there. Can you save life? No. It is not in your hand. Even you are an advocate, you will try your best that person, that convict should not be hanged or something, but it is not your hand. It all depends on the courts. Similarly, a doctor can try. Doctor cannot, But a person who is brain dead, if his relatives decide to donate, it's 100% life saving. 8%, just imagine the blessings which no one. Now I will tell you one more thing, which I always tell in my programs. This death, people are, as you mentioned, people are not talking because we consider that we should not talk about death. That is a taboo thing. But I will tell you, death is also very happy thing. Why very sad? I give an example. Suppose I am declared brain dead, and one phone call goes to my friend of one of my relative or my friend gives a call to my another friend, and he says, "Oh, so and so, good news for you. Mr. Goel is declared brain dead." Now my friend will definitely reply, "What? Why you are saying? Why it is a good news?" Then this fellow will say, "Good news is because his heart is on the way to be transplant in your son's heart, because your son requires a heart and he's admitted in a hospital and Mr. Goel's heart is already on the way." Now just imagine the happiness of that family. This is why I'm saying organ donation is such a thing, such a happiness, which no one get anywhere. What? And I'm sure today's program, which we are celebrating the birthday of your son, is going to open new vistas, new things for all those who are listening or who are going to listen afterwards, that please just see the courage which Advocate Nidhi has taken, and her son has also accepted this, because it is not that a fourth standard student doesn't know what is good and what is bad. But if this family has accepted this, the day is not far when in India we will have more and more people will come forward to organize such types of programs, and they will create awareness. And once we will create awareness, I'm sure we can overcome, and we can be a wish guru, real sense at that time, not wish guru in other sense. Till one person is dying for any reason, we cannot claim us as a wish guru. Yes, please.
So, Mr. Goel, as you said that for awareness, you definitely talked about very good things of adding chapters and other things. But I think the main drawback is that we do not have organ banks. We do not have eye banks, or we are not aware of them. So can you put some light on it, that where are such banks where we can approach? Because this was the first question I would have asked, but I wanted to ask it at the end, because I would like to rather initiate organ donation from today onwards for myself. So what is the procedure? Then where are the banks? How to approach them? What to be done? Please give some light on this.
See, as I told you, organ and tissues are different. So there is no question of organ bank, because organs is a very perishable item.
Right.
Shelf life is 4 hours to 6 hours to 12 hours. That's it. It is not a thing you can. Yes, there are eye banks. Tissues banks are there, eye banks, tissue banks, this skin banks are there. Bones can be preserved. For that, in big cities we have, but not in small cities. That is the drawback. But in you are in Delhi we have eye banks, we have skin banks, etc. But still we require more and more awareness is required. And that's what I say, that media people have not yet given the advertisement of any of the organ donations or the tissues free of charge. They should allow to give, even the government should come out and give these types of ads. If they will not allow the NGOs or so, many NGOs are working day and night. There are helpline numbers are there, but many times people cannot, if they dial, they are not getting good response, especially from the government helpline. But there are private helplines numbers are also there. Who is going to highlight those numbers? These numbers have to be highlighted. It has to be highlighted through media. But media wants lakhs and lakhs of rupees. Now, if I am doing the awareness free of charge, I'm not charging anything from media houses, or not I'm paying anyone. And if I have to shell out the money for this also, you can imagine, I can give my time, I can give whatsoever I have learned, but I cannot, and no one can give. I am getting many messages, almost every day one. we want so much money, please help us. We want so much money, please help us. This is not, I can create the awareness. There are many philanthropists. And I say that, yes, if there is a person who requires for organ transplant, the money, if he is really underprivileged, then the government is there up to 15 lakhs. But still, if you want some more, crowdfunding can be arranged, but it requires awareness. So banks for organs, no question. Tissues, banks are available. There are on Google, if you search, there are many tissue banks, but only thing is awareness is not there. And in case if you want to start something for organ donation, the process is like this. For individual, there is a form available online, also can go on Noto, but Noto nowadays, the site is not functioning many times. Otherwise, there is now they are even doing online. You have to just scan and you can fill up all your details. Otherwise, I can send you the form. You just take a printout, get it filled up, scan it, send to me. I will get the Noto registration card to you. Directly, it will come to you. That is also possible. But being in Delhi, you can, Noto is in Delhi only. One can very well easily say. And as you say, how you can create more awareness? And you might be receiving one message of organ donation every morning from me. Okay, I sent two messages. One is good morning and one is now you can share that message with your WhatsApp group. The only advantage is in the subconscious, the person can remember something is there in organ donation. So in any case, if anybody wants help, they can contact you. Okay, I will receive from Advocate Nidhi, and Advocate Nidhi at that time can call me or WhatsApp me, or if she knows the procedure, she can immediately contact those hospitals in Delhi to do it. So there are so many things can be done, which is easily done by every citizen. Only thing is we have to change our perception.
So, sir, going forward, please forward me that form so that I would publish it on my WhatsApp status group and other social media apps. And I would fill up that form for myself, because this is definitely an awareness camp. And on this day itself, on the occasion of my son's birthday, I would like to sponsor, give my organs, donate my organs and tissues. So give me the form as well. And I would urge everybody, all the viewers here who are watching, to see that form online, who are in my contact list, to see the form and donate. And after that, after filling that form for organ donation or tissue donation, one must sit with their family members, make them aware, make them understand the benefits it will have for other people. And whatever, Goelji, if you can put some light on the religious
yes,
constraints, if you have.
Yes, I will tell you one thing. You have correctly mentioned. If you want to fill up the form, first discuss with your family, because the family is the decision taker, not you. You are nothing. Okay, because once either a brain death or a natural death, the person is not in existence practically. Try to convince them, not only for your pledging the organs, but for their pledging organs. So if your entire family is pledging organs, so they knows that, okay, yes, we have also pledged, he has also pledged. So we, in case of any brain death or the normal death, they will be not creating any hindrance, rather they will support, and so the organ donation work can go. So the main important thing in India is the family support, and you have to convince. If you cannot convince your family, then it is of no use that you should fill up the form, because you are whatsoever you are today. You might be very successful lawyer or a doctor or politician. The day you die, the day you declare brain death, you are nothing. You have become zero. You become dust. Only thing is your organs are precious. They can save lives. So convince your family and try to see to it that they also fill up the form, not only you fill up the form. And once they all will fill up the form, tomorrow, definitely everyone no one will create any hindrance for this. Now, if you have no other questions, then I have something which I would like to tell. You have any other questions, Advocate Banga?
Only the religious constraints, if
Yes, yes,
what people have, I would
yes.
like to
See, I will tell you
understand.
one thing. If we talk about Hindus, Maheshi Dadichi, I am sure your son might be reading or might have read in the book, it was read in third or fourth or fifth standard or sixth standard. Maheshi Dadichi donated his bones to save the mankind. So if and all gods, Indra and ever, they went to took those bones. I think we all read it about it. So Hindu religion never says not to donate. Muslim religion always say to support others, to help others. They never say not to help others. So there is no ban in Muslims. Christians, I have mentioned about USA and UK, so one can imagine the conditions of their donation. So there is no ban at all. Help thy neighbor is the thing of Christians. Sardars, they are helping where nobody wants to go. They are putting the langars and whatnot. So
COVID
we know.
langar. Oxygen langars. Oxygen langars.
About the food and then the oxygen langar. What they have done. So when they are saving the lives, so they never say don't donate. And we know how the great sons have sacrificed their life to save the country. So we all religion, even Jain religion is such a religion which is against killing any insect even. Ahimsa, and today is Mahavir Jayanti. And today I am going to be the chief guest of a program where to celebrate this Mahavir Jayanti, and I'm going to speak about organ donation. And fortunately, I have whomsoever I met in Jain, all top religious heads, they always supported. And this here in Murbidri, we have a 1,000-pillar Jain Mutt, and their head of the Jain Swamiji. He always support. He rather gives, preach others that please support organ donation. So as far as religion, no religion says that you should not donate. Every religion says help others. Help others. Here you are saving life. The blessings which we are going to get, nowhere we can get from anyone, how much money we donate. Yes, please.
So with that, I would like to just say all the viewers, very happy Baisakhi, very happy Mahavir Jayanti, and very happy Ambedkar Jayanti. And on this very big day, such an auspicious day, I would like to urge everyone to understand what organ donation is through this awareness program. And as our speaker has cleared all the doubts and explained in a very detailed way, so I would like to urge everyone to first become aware of it and then take the initiative of pledging your organs to save lives of others and become useful after death. Yes.
Thank you very much, Advocate Nidhi. Can you bring your son if he's there nearby you, or he has gone to play? If he's there, just bring him also next to you.
I'll just call him.
So that is one. And secondly, my urge to all viewers, please understand, you can save lives, and the lives can be saved by this only organ donation, which is very, very much important today in this, when we are losing every minute one life. So one can save so many people. So my urge to everyone is, please save the lives. Fill up the form. If any of the viewer, if you have any reservation, any questions, you can, if you have joined through Advocate Nidhi, you can ask her, she can send to me. Otherwise, put in any of our news portal channel, send the question, and I will be very happy to reply. And I am available 24/7 for this cause only, because I feel that even if I will save even one life through this, it will be a very, very big thing. So my only thing is everyone should fill up the form, see to it that what mission she has taken today, it should be not go like any other program. It should be a milestone in the history of media, and especially for the Indian media. And I am thankful to all of them. Now,
It was a very
so now,
Yes, Mr. Goel, birthday boy is here. Wow.
so many happy returns of the day, as well as happy birthday, Master Sahibjeet Singh. So today is your 9th birthday, many more birthdays, and I'm sure today's program will give you so many blessings. You will make your parents, your family, and the entire country proud of you. And I'm so happy that your mother has taken this initiative to start this program of to organize this program on your birthday. So all my best wishes, and be happy, enjoy, study, and make our country proud. Thank you very much. And today's program is been live telecasted by V4 News, Karu News, V4 Stream, Malnadu TV India, News Gaon se, Samvad Sarokar News, Bharat Post News, as well as it was shown live on Facebook and YouTube. And in our endeavor to bring to you every day new topic in media conference with Lal Goel, tomorrow our topic is for the Thought Leadership series, and the topic is startups, challenges and opportunities. And our chief guest is Professor Dr. Sudhir Saran, former visiting professor, IIM Lucknow, University of Texas at Dallas, founder, Dr. Sharan Consulting, California, USA. So please tune in tomorrow for media conference with Lal Goel at 10:30 a.m. Thank you very much, Advocate Nidhi Banga, and thank you very much, Master Sahibjeet Singh. Many, many happy returns of the day. Happy birthday to you. Always smile and laugh and be happy. Thank you very much for organizing and giving me a chance and opportunity to speak about it.
He would like to speak last line, please.
Yes, please, please.
It was a very nice program. Thank you, everyone. My message: let organ become useful.
Thank you very much. Thank you, all the viewers, for watching our show. And I'm sure today's program is so enlightening that you will definitely take a lead from Advocate Nidhi Banga, and you will also organize program even at your place, wherever you are celebrating any occasion. No need of my coming on this thing or coming online. You can even organize at your home with your family and friends. If